Good evening, guys. It is February 27th and 2010, and I would just like to wish you guys a good evening. Hope you had a good day. I'm going to speak about something a little different today. It's not economics, and I'm not going to do a cooking video. And I noticed that there's not very many people watching those cooking videos. You're missing out. This video is, I'm going to talk about the Patriot movement, and I know there's a lot of people on YouTube that are patriots, and a lot of them tend to be Christians, and unfortunately there's a lot of them that also want to they have an emphasis in taking up arms and defending themselves in that way when things start happening. And those of you who watch, a lot of YouTube videos and are in this area, you know what I'm talking about. The things that are happening very rapidly. As there's a lot's going on, and yeah, I think you know what I'm talking about. But when that comes down, and we pick up and take up our arms as Christian patriots, and I consider myself a patriot, meaning I believe in this country, I believe in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, and what this country stands for and has stood for 250 years. In that sense, I'm a patriot, and I also believe in the Christian faith, and I'm a Christian. But there's kind of a balance in the sense that is that what Christ taught us as Christians, is to take up arms and to defend ourselves in that way, because there's a lot of stories. I'm reminded of the story of David when in one of his battles, and it seems like kind of a contradiction, but in this one, when God told him, he says, when you see the rustling of the trees, he says, just stay there until you see the rustling of the trees, and then when you see that, then go out. And that was the Lord going ahead of David in battle, and I think that was his preference. That's what God would rather have done. Also, you see Gideon, and the famous battle that he started out with hundreds of thousands of men, or I don't know exactly how many, but he ended up with 300 men, and they ended up lighting torches and putting pitchers on the torches, and then when they got near the enemy, they just broke the pitchers, and the light would shine, and it scared them. And I think that was God's way of doing things. That was his ideal way, I guess. Also, you have, I think, probably one of the best examples of when Peter pulled his sword out in the Garden of Gethsemane and cut off the high priest's ear, the servant of the high priest's ear, Malchus. And Christ says, if you pick up the sword, you're going to die with the sword. And I know that doesn't sit well with a lot of people, but, and I'm going to read some out of Psalms 91 tonight. But if we think that when they come to take our homes, or take us off the land, or tell us we can't grow gardens, or take whatever else that we have, if we think that we're going to pull out our 30-06 or our 45 or whatever we have, it's kind of silly, because they'll probably just take out their microwave and melt your skin and your muscles right off your bones, or dial you in on your GPS and just send down a little thing that goes boom. So as far as defending your property and from people, we should, as Christians, be willing to say, hey, my kingdom is not of this world. They can have this stuff. And I don't think, Christ did that. And was he a coward? Did he run? No, he didn't run. He's the furthest thing from a coward. I don't think letting somebody just, if your life is worth hanging on to, as far as keeping your bed and your kitchen, I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think. I know there's a different way of going about doing it, and who we put our trust in. I'm going to read some of Psalms 91 to you. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. He is our fortress. In Him we're going to hide. Surely He shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. He shall cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you shall take refuge. His truth shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes you shall look and see the reward of the wicked. And I know this is talking about a different time, seeing the reward of the wicked. I believe that's at the very end of time. But the emphasis here is on, it says, my God in whom I will trust. Where are you putting your trust? And I know I have a lot to grow in that area as far as trusting God for everything. But He is the only place we're going to hide. And as you Patriots know, you've done a lot of your research, there is no place to hide. They'll know exactly where you're at. If they want to get you, they're going to find you. And so, unless we are under God's protection, we're trying to save ourselves. God says if you try to save your life, you're going to lose it. But if you lose your life for His sake, you're going to save it. Anyway, just a little different thinking out there. I see a lot of the mentality of I'm going to blow their head off. They come near my front. I'm sorry, but it's not going to work like that. They're going to nuke you, or with a small nuke, or melt your with an X-ray, or I just don't think that there's even a chance to and maybe that's, I don't know. I know it's different thinking than what's out there. Anyway, guys, I think that's all I had tonight. No economic news. I'll probably might do one of those on Monday or something. And I might even throw another cooking video in here, maybe tomorrow. But I hope you guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you in the next couple of days. Oh, and also, I know a lot of you probably heard this, but there's another earthquake in Chile. And I believe there was another one in Oklahoma. So, and you who know about HARP technology, you might want to check that one out. I don't know if there's an economic reason or a political reason why that one happened, but I'm not saying that they're all related. All these earthquakes are related to HARP technology, but you never know. You never know. It seems like there's quite a few here recently. Take care, guys. Have a good night, and God bless.